That's Ho Chi's sock.
So it's like a therapy thing, like a coping mechanism?
Hey, I don't cope. I kill.
Yeah, this is closure. This is closure.
I got it. All right, hey, a little bit of role-playing never hurt anybody, huh? I'm worried about Jack. I'm worried about him, all right? I knew things were bad. I didn't know they were this bad. Jack, I'm the guy that's gonna turn your career around.
His career is just fine, Rufus. You got a problem with that? He's still on top. He's still #1, Rufus. The kid's still #1. Hey, yo.
He's hoarding urine in there. You saw it. He's talking to a sock puppet. He's got these patriotic, like, delusions of grandeur. This is gonna be a fucking gold mine. You smell that? You smell it? You smell it? Home run, baby. Over the fence.
Hey, life's been tough since I left prison and befriended Assad. But Ho Chi really understands me. And this agent seemed like the kind of guy who could get my career back on track. Making action movies about Asians and East Europeans. Oh, I couldn't wait.
Neither could I.
Now, Jack, I want to talk to you about my fee. It's a little high, but you get what you pay for. 40%. No negotiating.
Oh, no, I want 60%. No less. All right?
Hey, you drive a hard bargain.
Okay. We did it.
Great to have you on board.
Way to go.
Don't touch that.
All right, Ochi, okay.
Easy, Ho-Chi.
We called in a crew of guys that do crime scene cleanup to get all the hoarder stuff out. Jack was not happy to let things go.
Nobody takes my piss!
Nobody takes our pee-pee.
But we finally got the place cleaned up. Yeah, almost.
Hello.
After all this women's work, it was time to get down to business.
Rufus, I'd like to pitch my new movie to you.
Okay.
I infiltrated Chinese business and I bomb all the factories where the kids make the MP3 players.
And I bring all the jobs back to America!
And then I get these Chinese bankers, you know, that keep America's debt hostage.
And I mow them down and I get myself some napalm. And then I say to the fellas, hey fellas!
Jackie, listen. I love the whole stick it to the Chinese angle.
Super.
But people, you know, they're a bit more sensitive now. The 80s are over, you know?
The 80s aren't over. I'll say when the 80s are over.
The 80s are never over. You don't just turn off the 80s!
Hey, Jackie, okay.
You know, I walk down the street now, people recognize me, people scream out at me.
Baby killer!
I never meant to kill that baby!
He's innocent. He thought it was a chicken.
Yeah, that's all
I thought it was a chicken!
That's all in the past now. Sit down. It's all in the past.
How could it be in the past?
In the 80s, I could fly an attack helicopter. I could bomb any peasant village I wanted. And I could feel up any girl that I saw on the street.
They were movies. They weren't real. Now, we gotta get you real. I want you living a whole fake life online. That's step number 1. We're getting you a Life Invader page. We're getting you a Bleeder account. And I want you posting all kinds of stupid, annoying opinions, okay? So we got them online. And then people started to make negative comments about it. And then we had a major setback.
Go to hell!
You know what, Jack? If you go around killing every asshole that talks shit on the internet, you're gonna have a few million assholes to kill.
Get some ammo, get some extra body bags, and get an extra large popcorn, because it's gonna be a long night. That's a quote.
That's a quote from when Jack was popular.
Oh, yeah. It's a quote from yourself. And you know what? I'm pitching your movie. Nobody's biting.
What if I had a sex thing?
Like this. Hey, you got boom, 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 boom. And she's like a boom, and I'm like a boom.
I'm directing this picture because it's gonna be a #1 hit.
Chinese people, who wants to get killed in a movie?
Get in the car. Let's go. Let's go.
I was inside a lady.
Imagine imagine. Nothingness so pristine it's as far as the eye can see. Imagine being at the beach every day, but this beach is 400 miles wide and there's no water. Imagine the peace and tranquility of a place utterly devoid of life, like living on the moon, but with snakes. For millions of years, people lived where the water was, until now. The Grand Sonora Desert. Come live where there's nothing there.
In 1950, the first Up and Atom restaurant opened. Life was simpler then. The 50s were a sacred time for our nation. Good, clean food, happy, homogenous people, and well-segregated communities. An enemy we understood and could control with the threat of nuclear apocalypse. Such was the excitement of the atomic age. That can-do American spirit is in our DNA at Up and Atom. We invented the triple burger, the 10-slice of bacon triple cheese melt, and extra creamy jumbo shake. And of course, the legendary two-way speaker box for people that are too lazy to get out of their cars to eat. We don't succumb to trendy health fads. At Up and Atom, we've kept many of the same menu items. We still serve up all of your weekly saturated fat, salt, and sugar needs in one convenient setting. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force!
We're reclaiming the rainbow!
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force, the upper middle class superhero team that protects your innocence any way they can. They are Tallulah, Sebastian Caden, Zoe, Quota, and Dirk.
We don't tolerate different.
We're heterosexual overdance!
Fighting evil in multicolored skin tight car off suspended.
Pow! I'm happy to wait.
I don't even need to masturbate!
I dare off on the face of justice. Sex is bad.
And violence is good!
Gonna save the neighborhood from sex.
Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force!
And what does science teach us that caused the dinosaurs to go extinct, Tallulah?
A giant meteor?
No, not a giant meteor. Sebastian Caden?
A huge flood.
That's right, Sebastian. A giant flood that in fact destroyed the dinosaurs and the Romans. Now, we as a civilization face an equally devastating threat from the environment. Now, what is that threat? Quota.
Climate change?
Correct, climate change. Ergo, a dangerous change in our moral climate that makes us stop caring about the terrible menace that will alter the future of civilization as we know it. Yes, I am talking about a football game. Now, this weekend's big game, our arch rivals